Am I the a-hole for ending our relationship because she wants full details of my wealth after only 2 months of being together? I'm 40 years old. And yeah, I just pulled the plug on a 2-month thing with this woman. I'll call her X. She's 39. Friends of mine, a couple of them, told me I was out of line, said I was being immature and secretive. Honestly, I'm just looking for some common sense here. See, I ended it because she wouldn't stop pestering me about my money. I told her straight up I wasn't comfortable sharing that kind of info so early on. We'd both been divorced once before, and neither split was a shit show. Just emotional differences. You know, nothing crazy. So, it's not like either of us had some deep-seated financial trauma or anything. Look, I've done all right for myself. I started young, busting my ass, and making smart moves with my money. My old man helped me get a mortgage when I was just 17. Yeah, 17. He put it in his name, but I paid every damn cent. Took it over when I was old enough. And had that bastard paid off by the time I was 24. I know, sounds like bullshit, right? But it happened. My parents raised me right, taught me about working hard and smart. That head start gave me a serious leg up. I made some good investments. A few of them paid off big time, especially in crypto the last few years. Because of all that, I don't technically have to work anymore. I choose not to, at least for now. I do some volunteer stuff, but that's it. And yeah, that's the one thing that always gets people. You don't work. What the hell do you do all day? I get it. Most guys my age are grinding, chasing the next promotion, saving for retirement. Me, I'm already there. But it's not like I'm just sitting on my ass watching Netflix all day. I've got a few projects I'm kicking around, thinking about turning them into businesses. A hard worker never truly stops. You know, it just shifts. The thing is, I live pretty simply, minimalist. You could say, I ride my bike most places, live in a modest house, nothing flashy. That's how I keep my expenses low and my freedom high. It also helps me keep my finances on the down low, which I prefer. I've seen what happens when people know you've got money. Lost a few friendships, had to cut ties with family members even. People come asking for help, and next thing you know, they've blown it and they're back for more, feeling like they're owed something. It's a pain in the ass. When X and I first met, money wasn't even a topic. She seemed really grounded, down to earth. She even said a few times that money didn't matter to her. Sounded good at the time, right? I tried my best to keep my financial situation quiet because I didn't want it to cloud her judgment of me. Didn't want her to be with me just for the cash. But after about 3 weeks, the subject came up, naturally, because I don't work. I told her about buying the house young, paying off the mortgage, and having enough money not to work. That's it. I didn't go into specifics, didn't share numbers, nothing like that. I figured that was enough. It tells you I'm financially secure, that I made good choices, and that I'm not some bum. From that point on, though, she changed. Her personality shifted. She got fixated on finances. All of a sudden, she was talking about expensive trips, lavish things she wanted to do. This from the woman who swore money didn't matter. The biggest thing, though, was the questions. She just wouldn't let up, constantly asking how much money I had, how much I'd invested, all that shit. I set a clear boundary every time. I told her we weren't at a stage in our relationship where we should be discussing that kind of stuff. She'd agree, back off for a minute, then slowly, subtly, she'd weasel her way back into the topic the next time we saw each other. One day, it almost became an argument. She actually raised her voice about it, then cooled off real quick and changed the subject. I told myself it was a sign of maturity, her catching herself. Looking back, she just realized she was about to blow a good thing. So she reeled it in, figuring out a different angle. We weren't dating super heavily. We're not teenagers spending every waking moment together. We saw each other maybe 2 or 3 times a week. She'd spend the night occasionally, and we had 2 full weekends together. Maybe that's serious to some people, but to me, after 2 months, it's still early days. We hadn't even talked about moving in together, much less marriage. We weren't at a stage where I felt it was appropriate to share my entire financial portfolio, especially not when I'd already told her I was set, that I didn't have to work. What else did she need to know? That I wasn't a criminal, that I wasn't a secret trust fund baby. The hell difference does it make? So, this past weekend, I broke things off. And man, it did not go well. She got incredibly emotional, which honestly surprised me. I didn't think the relationship was that deep for her. But the tears, the dramatics, it hit me then. It wasn't about me. It was about her perceived payday, her retirement plan, her dream trip to Bora Bora. That's what she was crying about. The only reason I gave for the breakup was that I felt my privacy was being invaded. I told her that if we were talking about moving in together, then yeah, I could understand her wanting to know how financially secure I was. But we weren't there. We weren't even close. I talked to a few of my friends about it the other night. They'd all met her once and seemed to like her. 3 of them actually agreed with X, said I acted immaturely, that I shouldn't have been so secretive. One even said it was unfair to hide something like that because everyone else has a ballpark idea of what someone makes based on their job. And since I don't have a job, she didn't have that info, which was unfair to her. Unfair. What the hell kind of sense does that make? She said money didn't matter. And the second she found out I didn't work but had money, she went full on interrogation mode. It's obvious she was trying to use me. Those friends of mine, probably jealous as hell, secretly resent my ass. And then there's the comments section. Because of course I put it out there to see what other people thought. Some guys totally backed me up. Like 2 months. She's crazy. But then you get the others. The ones who twist everything around. One woman commented, I feel like from her perspective, it's also had to come off as suspicious that he broke up with her simply because he really didn't want to tell her about how he earns his income. How is she supposed to know he's not dating a criminal or if he's a trust fund baby or whatever? That looks shady as fuck. It's natural to have questions about why the hell he's retired at 40 years old. Are you kidding me? Shady. Because I don't want to show my tax returns after a few weeks of dating. Most people are terrible with money, living paycheck to paycheck, racking up credit card debt to impress people they don't even know. They can't fathom someone actually being financially responsible enough to retire at 40. It's not her damn business this early on. Another gem. Yep, 100% he's an idiot if he thinks a woman in her late 30s is going to be cool with a jobless boyfriend and being gaslit every time she reasonably tries to get some details. Reasonably. Asking for full details of my net worth. Bank accounts, investments, tax returns after weeks of dating is reasonable. And jobless. I'm not unemployed and scrounging for food stamps. I'm financially independent. There's a massive difference. And this last one, this takes the cake. A woman, clearly, says, I don't think you're the a-hole per se, but I can see how this is frustrating to her. I'm a 38-year-old woman and make very good money. My life is established and I don't need anyone to take care of me. But I would be concerned if my partner's lifestyle was as suspicious as yours. Oh yeah, a liar. You don't work, but have enough money not to be worried about it. You don't have much to show. Not a big house or a car. Most people who have tons of money are flashy with it, so it feels like none of it lines up. You're either a drug dealer or a liar or both. So, because I choose to live a minimalist lifestyle, because I don't flaunt my wealth with a McMansion and a fancy car, I'm suspicious. I'm a drug dealer or a liar. What the actual fuck is wrong with people? I know plenty of folks who are loaded and you'd never know it. My own parents did well. My dad was a doctor, but they never flaunted it. I have friends whose families have been in real estate for decades, seriously loaded, and they drive regular cars, live in normal houses. You'd never guess. Just because someone has money doesn't mean they have to act like a damn rapper in a music video. I want to know the person I'm investing my time with is a good match for me, and part of that involves how do you spend your time? How do you make your money? Are we aligned in financial values? If I want to travel with you, I want to know you can afford it. If it's just you saying, yeah, I'm good, I've got money, info poquays, Sane, but not telling me where you got it. I don't know. It feels like something's missing. This woman sounds just like X. I told X how I made my money. Hard work, early investments, family help. That should be enough for how I make my money. And travel. If I said I had enough money not to work, what else do you need to know about my ability to afford a damn trip? It's not about being a mooch. It's about control. She wanted to pry, to dig, to know every damn detail because in her mind, if you're not flashing it, it's not real, or it's ill-gotten. And based on her reaction to your breakup, she obviously liked you and saw a future, which is why she's so stuck on this one thing. No, just no, she didn't like me. She liked the idea of what she could get from me. She liked the perceived payday. She made it clear from the beginning that money didn't matter. The second she connected the dots, doesn't work. But has enough money not to work, and all of a sudden, she's talking about lavish trips and digging for numbers. She was pissed off and hurt because she missed out on what she thought was hers. So yeah, don't flaunt your wealth. And even if you try to hide it, it's still going to attract the wrong kind of attention. It's a sad reality. You can't make everyone happy, but you damn sure have to take care of yourself. I did what I had to do. And honestly, I think it's time for some new friends.